concept of the cell phone evolved from the mobile car phone, which was developed in 1947. Martin Cooper of Motorola developed the first actual cell phone in 1973. Cell phones were first made available to the public in 1984. The original mobile car phones weighed 80 pounds and had only 3 channels for all users in the metropolitan area. Today, we can contrast that with the iPhone, which weighs just 3.95 ounces and removes virtually all limitations on communication. Cell phones have evolved from a device that could throw someone's back out to a 5x2-inch device that is essentially a computer and can fit comfortably in your pants pocket. The convenient size of cell phones makes it possible for students to be in constant possession of their device and gives them instant access to friends and family via text, calling, and social media. This constant access to the outside world distracts from their present physical social interactions. Students can be seen all over campus, ignoring the world around them as they focus their attention on their cell phones instead. Not only is this rude, it could also be leading to a decline in our ability to communicate face-to-face effectively.
Everywhere you look, people are talking, tweeting, texting, fingers furiously on the move. Each year, Americans spend over 2 trillion minutes on their cell phones, and we send over 1 trillion text messages.
College students are no exception and are some of the most avid cell phone users. We interviewed some fellow students to see what they think about cell phones and their most common practices as it pertains to cell phone use. First question, what social media do you use?
Yeah, Facebook and Twitter, and that's pretty much it.
I do. I use Facebook very regularly and Twitter.
Yes, I use Facebook and Twitter.
Facebook and Instagram.
Our next question, when hanging out with friends, do you find yourself looking at your phone often?
Sadly, yes. Yeah, I shouldn't, but I do. And I think it's because they are too. And then whenever there's like a pause, we all like look at our phones.
Yeah, I mean, I fill dead space a lot. Like, if there's a silent moment, I'll just look at my phone, or I always go back. It's like security, kind of.
Okay. Our last question, do you think cell phones have an effect on face-to-face communication?
I think that texting gives a false representation of emotion, and you kind of lose the ability to actually show emotions when you're talking about things and you misrepresent them. But I think that talking on the phone really isn't that different. You just don't see the person.
I feel like with our generation and everyone older than us, it hasn't made much of a difference, but I feel like with all the kids that are getting cell phones at a younger age, they're not going to have the ability to communicate as well, just because they haven't been doing it for much longer than we have.
The ability to verbally communicate effectively is vital in the workplace. Is it possible that cell phones are hurting students' chances to enter and perform in the workforce? Perhaps. Here's what we imagine a boardroom presentation from someone born in the cell phone era might look like.
Okay, Matt, looks like you have something to present to us today, and we're ready when you are.
Right you are, Jacob. Alright, guys. So, I'm glad I have you gathered here today. I'd like to pitch my idea for my company, my new company, called Prestige Worldwide. So that's what it's called. So as you can see from this graph, I was supposed to have a graph. Any hoosers. This Prestige Worldwide is like a company that like they work with musicians and stuff to do things with their music, and they really help out those musicians get a good start, and Prestige Worldwide. It's the future. Thank you.
Okay, Matt, I think that could have been a lot better. Maybe if you weren't always on your cell phone in every single meeting, and
actually paid attention to what everyone else had to say. But instead, you're on your cell phone every meeting. It's obviously having some sort of impact on your communication, on your speech skills, and you really need to cut that out. Okay, sir.
This situation could become a reality if cell phones remain such a major part of our lives. The effects of cell phones, though not always easily seen, are there. Whether filling space with friends or hurting presentations, it is evident that cell phones have some sort of effect on face-to-face communication skills.